Hare Krishna, Pranam, dear devotees. Let's start with Kirtan.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
जी।
प्रणाम।
Pranam,
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णापृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशितारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर वत्सवृन्दा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय जगद्गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपदा सीताय गौर हरि 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 बोल ओ Hare Krishna, Pranam dear devotees. So today we're going to discuss further on the chapter 24 of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila. And this chapter is where Lord Chaitanya is talking about the different meanings, different explanations of the Atmarama verse. And previous few classes, we were hearing about the story of Narad Muni and Rigari and understanding how great is the association of devotees, how powerful is the association. And we saw how it completely transformed the heart of Rigari. And today we'll continue with further explanations of the verse and different meanings. Now, in today's discussion, there's going to be a mention of the different classifications of the devotees, right? So, yesterday's verse was 286. I'll just share the screen. First, let's read 286, and then we'll go to 287, which is the verse for today. Now, in 286, the Lord says that one who always engages in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is called Atmarama. There are two types of Atmaramas. One is an Atmarama engaged in regulative devotional service, and the other is an Atmarama engaged in spontaneous devotional service. So, two major classifications, two big classifications, that is devotees engaged in regulative devotional service and those who are engaged in spontaneous Raga Bhakti and Vidhi Bhakti. So those two main classifications were mentioned yesterday. Now, as we'll read today's verses, the further sub-classifications and sub-classifications of sub-classifications are going to be mentioned. Now, it may appear a little overwhelming, or maybe we may find it a little difficult to keep track of what are the different classifications. So we'll take help from a table. Okay, that table shows the classifications very beautifully, and this table is very mercifully prepared by His Grace Radhe Shyam Prabhu. So from verse 287, or rather, the previous verses that we have discussed also is talking about this classification only. So till 294, we'll just read once and then we'll go to this table from which we'll be able to get a better idea of what these sub-classifications are actually about. Okay, so this is 286, where the first two classifications, main classifications of Raga Bhakti and Vidhi Bhakti are mentioned. Now let's read from 287 till 284. Okay. So, sorry, 294. So 287 to 294. So would someone like to read? Yeah, Chandana Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Now, please read Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. द्विविध भक्तहाय चारि चारि प्रकार परिषद परिषद साधना सिद्धा साधक गणारा. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Both the Atmaramas engaged in regulative devotional service and those engaged in spontaneous devotional service are further categorized into four groups. There are the eternal associates, the associates who have become perfect by devotional service, and those who are practically devotional service and are called sadhakas, for whom there are two varieties. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So, first two main classifications, spontaneous devotional service, that is Raga Bhakti, and those following the regulative principles, that is Vidhi Bhakti. Those are the two main classifications. Now, in these two classifications, there are four sub-classifications. Okay, there are eternal associates of Krishna, then associates who have become perfect by devotional service, and then those who are practicing devotional service, or sadhakas. Now, those who are practicing devotional service, sadhakas, they are also classified into two categories. Okay, now let's read 288. Please don't worry if you find it confusing. When you see the table, it will become very clear. Sudha Mataji, 288.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी प्रणाम।
Pranam.
जाता अजाता रति भेदे साधक का दुई भेद विधि रागा मार्गे चारि चारि अष्ट भेद। Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Those who are practicing devotional service are either mature or immature. Therefore, the sadhakas are of two types. Since the devotees execute either regulative devotional service or spontaneous devotional service, and there are four groups within these two divisions, altogether there are 8 varieties. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So for those who are practicing devotional service, there is mature and there is immature. Now, mature, immature is not like the way we understand in the world today that someone is mature, someone is immature. It's not that. As you read here, Jata Ajata Rati Veda, that means by distinction of mature love and immature love. So, for some devotees who are practicing devotional service, their love has reached the mature level, and for some, it is still blooming. So that is called immature love. So it is nothing to do with the sensibility. It is just showing whether the love has matured or not yet matured. Okay. So initially there are first two classifications of sadhakas, like those who are practicing devotional service, siddhas, uh, and then there are those who are raga bhaktas. So vidhi bhaktas and raga bhaktas are the two main classifications. We can just visualize it first. And then in both of these categories, we have four classifications. Okay, so those who are eternal associates of Krishna, or those who are becoming associates of Krishna by devotional service, and then two types of sadhakas. One type of sadhaka whose love has matured, and the other type of sadhaka whose love has not yet matured. Okay, so that's why it is mentioned that altogether, because of these four and four, now we have altogether eight varieties. Okay, next, let's read 289.
Mataji,
Krishnamurti. Yes,
Mataji,
please.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare
Please,
Krishna.
can you explain these eight varieties? How do you like put into two groups? Is it coming later?
Mataji, I'll show you the table. Let's read till
Yeah,
294,
yeah. Okay.
and then I'll show you the table. Then it will become clear, Mataji.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Krishnamurti Prabhu,
Hare
289.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, pranams Mataji.
Pranam.
विधि भक्ते नित्या सिद्धा परिषद दासा सखा गुरु कांता गाना चारि विधा प्रकाशा. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. By executing regulative devotional service, one is elevated to the platform of an eternally perfect associate, such as a servant, friend, superior or beloved woman. Each of these is of four varieties. Hare Krishna
Thank you,
Mataji.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So, first we talked about two varieties, Vidhi Bhaktas and Raga Bhaktas. Then we spoke that out of in both these categories, one may be an eternal associate of Krishna, or one may be becoming an associate of Krishna by devotional service. One may be a mature sadhana bhakta or an immature sadhana bhakta. So these were the eight things that we have talked about till now. Now, further, eight, why I'm saying is that because these four types of devotees, they are coming either in the Vidhi Bhaktas or they are coming in the Raga Bhaktas. That's why 4 into 2, 8. Now, there is a further classification based on the mood of devotion, right? Whether the rasa, so whether it is like a sevak, servant, or it is Krishna's friend, or Vatsalya Bhav, or Krishna's guru, or superior, or it is the Madhurya Bhav. So for all, four more varieties have come up. So that's what I said. As we are reading the verses, it gets compounded. The classification keeps becoming bigger and bigger. Okay. Now let's read 290. Swati Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी
Hare Krishna Mataji.
साधना सिद्ध दास सख गुरु कांत घन जठरति साधक भक्ता चारि विध जन. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Among those who have perfected themselves by devotional service, there are servants, friends, superiors, and beloved damsels. Similarly, there are four types of mature devotees. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Madhuri. So, in each category, whether an eternal associate or those who have perfected themselves by devotional service or, the sadhakas, each can come in any of the rasas, servants, friends, superiors, and beloved damsels. So, here the Shanta rasa is not mentioned. Like there are five main rasas. Shanta rasa is not mentioned because it's all about interaction. In Shanta rasa, it's just silent service, right? So that's why that's not coming. But it is the other four classifications of servant, friend, superior, and beloved damsels. Okay. 291. Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Jatarati sadhaka bhakta echari prakara vidhi marge bhakti sodasa Veda prachara. Translation by Sri Prabhupada ki Jai. Within the category of regulative devotional service, there are also immature devotees. These are also of four varieties. Thus, in regulative devotional service, there are altogether 16 varieties. My God, it's getting more and more.
Yes, Mataji, it's compounding, but please don't worry. The table will make it clear. So, those who are sadhakas, in that also there are some immature devotees. That means their love is not yet matured fully. And there are also four varieties. That means they also can be in a dasya rasa or in sakhya or vatsalya or madhurya. That feeling may have for Krishna. Okay, 292. Padma Mataji, you want to continue?
Okay, Mataji. Marge aiche bhakte sodasa viveda dui marge atma ramera batisha viveda. Translation by Sri Prabhupada ki Jai. On the path of spontaneous devotional service, there are also 16 categories of devotees. Thus, there are 32 types of Atmaramas enjoying the Supreme Lord on these two paths. Thank you, Mataji. Pranam.
So spontaneous devotional service, that is Raga Bhakti, that also has 16 categories of devotees. So Raga Bhaktas also 16 categories will be there, and Vidhi Bhaktas also 16 categories will be there. And that is why it is going to come up to 32. So that's why it's mentioned. Thus, there are 32 types of Atmaramas enjoying the Supreme Lord on these two paths. Okay. Yeah. 293. Yeah. Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam. Muni Nirghanta Cha Api Chari Shabdera Yaha Yei Lage Taha Kariya Samartha. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. When these 32 types of devotees are qualified with the words Muni, Nirghanta, Cha, and Api, the meanings can be increased in different ways and very soundly elaborated upon. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is a further explanation of the words, the different classifications of devotees. And it is mentioned that the meanings can be increased in different ways and very soundly elaborated upon. So these different explanations that are coming of the different categories of devotees, they are further enhancing the different types of meanings of the Atmarama words. It's just adding up. That's why the number keeps adding up, and finally we'll reach to 61. Okay. Now let's read 294. Chandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Patrishe chabishe mili ashta panchasra ara eka bheda shuna atera prakasha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. When we add the 26 types of devotees to these 32, they altogether number 58. You may now hear from me of further manifestations of meanings. Thank you, Mataji.
So 26 types of devotees mentioned. Now 32 more have been mentioned. So altogether the number comes to 58. And then the Lord says, you may now hear from me of further manifestations of meanings. Okay. So now let us go to the table and see these different explanations of the classifications. Okay. Yeah. So I hope the table is visible now.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So see on top, Vidhi Bhakta, Raga Bhakta. Those are the first two main categories. Okay, that's what was mentioned in the beginning, initially, when we started reading 286, 287, like that. So there are two main classifications, Vidhi Bhaktas and Raga Bhaktas. Now, on the side, each of these two categories will have devotees who are either parishads of Krishna, that means they are personal associates of Krishna, or those who are sadhana siddhas. That means they have perfected their bhakti by devotional service. There are also sadhakas who are of two categories: mature practicing devotee, that is Jatarati sadhaka, and immature practicing devotee, that means Ajatarati sadhaka. That means one whose love has reached the mature level and the other who's still practicing, so love has not reached the mature level. Okay, so Vidhi Bhaktas, Raga Bhaktas, each will have personal associates, that is Parishad, Sadhana Siddhas, Jatarati Sadhakas, and Ajatarati Sadhakas. So in this way, we have these 8 categories. Okay. Now, in each of these, in Vidhi Bhakta, those who are personal associates of Krishna, they can be serving Krishna as a servant or a friend or a superior or a beloved. Same way, Raga Bhaktas also, those who are personal associates of Krishna, can be serving Krishna as a servant, as a friend, as a superior, or as a beloved. Right? So in this way, we get 4 plus 4, 8. Next, those who have perfected themselves by devotional service, that is sadhana siddhas, they can also be Vidhi Bhaktas or Raga Bhaktas. And those who are Vidhi Bhaktas and Sadhana Siddhas, they could be serving Krishna as a servant or friend or parents or beloved. Now, these, when we're talking about the personal associates of Krishna, then those are the servants of the Lord who are his personal associates. His friends are his personal friends. His parents or superiors are the personal parents or similar superiors like Krishna's mother, father, Yashoda Mai, Nand Baba, Devki ji, Vasudev ji, Krishna's guru, and the personal beloved, personal associates. That means the gopis, Radharani, like that. Okay. Radharani's position obviously is totally different. She is Krishna's energy. But then these are the devotees, the gopis, we can say, who are beloved of Krishna. Okay, so these are the personal associates, parishads. They may come as Vidhi Bhaktas, they may come as Raga Bhaktas also. Now, when we go to sadhana siddhas, that means those who have perfected by devotional service, here again we may have servants. The servants they are elevated by spiritual cultivation to the level of servant of Krishna. Friends also, they are friends by spiritual cultivation. They have perfected their bhakti in such a way that now they are at the level of, serving Krishna as a friend. Parents and superiors are also devotees who have cultivated devotional service and then they have reached this level of love for Krishna as a parent. And beloved wife or female friend, again by cultivation of devotional service. Okay, so they again can be Vidhi Bhaktas or Raga Bhaktas. Then the sadhakas, the mature practicing sadhakas and the immature practicing sadhakas. Both categories can be coming in Vidhi Bhaktas or Raga Bhaktas. Mature practicing devotees, they have become mature devotee and now they are serving Krishna as a servant or a friend or a parent or superior or a wife or beloved. And then immature devotee whose love has not yet reached the complete mature level, but yet those feelings of das could be there, or sakha, or a superior, or vatsalya bhav, or a beloved. Okay. So I hope seeing this table makes it a little more clear what we have read till now. Right. So verses 284 to 294 can be understood with the help of this table. Okay. Any doubts, any questions till this point?
Can you go back to the table once again, Mataji, please?
Yeah, sure, Mataji. 1 minute. Yeah. You can all have a good look. If you want, I can also share this in the group.
Yeah, Mataji, please. Yeah, put in the group, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, I'll share it.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
All glories to Radhe Shyam Prabhu. It is his table. So we have to
So
really be
much-
very thankful to him.
So
Yes,
much work he
Mataji.
has done.
So much work. Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
To condense this in the form of a table which is understandable, See, now when we are seeing this table and we go back and read those verses, it will make sense. Otherwise, it's difficult to comprehend it for us. At least for me, it was very difficult. So all glories to Radheshyam Prabhu. His grace Radheshyam Prabhu ki jai. So can we move forward now? Is it okay? Should I?
Mataji, in all these four, the Vidhi, is it Vidhi or Vaidhi? Vaidhi Bhakti.
Vidhi Vaidhi is same, Mataji.
Yeah.
Those who are following the regulative
Yeah,
principles.
Vaidhi and Raga almost all are same. Only thing, the one in the pink line, that is different. Mature, immature. So we have to understand from that.
Yeah, Mataji. So either one is following the Vedi Marg or the Raga Marg. They will all have these classifications. Both the types will have these classifications.
Yes.
Okay. So should we move forward? I'll share this in the group.
Yeah, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, now let's read further. See, again, there are a few verses which are going to come. Again, we'll take help of a table made by Prabhu. Okay. So in 294, we read that now we have reached 58 different meanings of the verse. Now let's read 295. Krishnamurti Prabhu, you want to read, Prabhu? Hare Krishna, Krishnamurti Prabhu, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I am reading.
Yeah, Prabhu, your voice is very low. I think that's why we were not able to hear.
Okay. Am I
now
audible?
Yes, Prabhu, now it's fine. Please do.
Itaretara Samasakariya Atanna Bhara Atmarama Nama Laiya. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. In this way, as I add the word cha to one word after another, I make a compound. Thus, the different names of Atmarams can be taken 58 times. Hare Krishna Prabhu Mataji, pranam.
Thank you, Pranam. So when cha is added to one word after another, it makes a compound word. This we have read earlier also. So the different names of Atmaramas can be taken 58 times. The total different number of meanings that have come added till now comes to 58. Okay, now let's read 296. Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Pranam.
Atma Ramascha Atanana Bhara Seshe Sabha Lopa Kari Rakhi Ek Bhara. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this way, one can repeat the word Atma Rama with cha for each of the 58 meanings. By following the rule previously stated and rejecting all but the last, we retain that which represents all the meanings. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So in this way, the meanings, the different meanings of the Atmarama word, Atmarama words are compounded, are increasing, and 58 different meanings are coming up. Okay. These are all again technical. We'll try to understand this with the help of a table too. Yeah. Swati Mataji, 297.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sarupanam eka shesha eka vibhaktau Uktararthanam aprayoga iti. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of words having the same form and case termination, the last one is the only one retained. Purport: this quotation is from Panini Sutras 1.2.64. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So these are all the technicalities of the Sanskrit language. Okay. Let's move forward. 298. Sindhu Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Pranam Mataji.
Pranam Mataji.
24.298. Atana chakarena sabha lopahaya ek atmarama shabde atana atakhaya. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When all the chakaras or additions of the word sha are taken away, 58 different meanings can still be understood by one word, Atmarama. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Krishna Mataji. So this chapter is talking about 61 meanings, and we have reached 58 different meanings of the verse. Okay. Let's read 299. Ashwatha vrikascha bata vrikascha vrikshascha kapita vrikshascha amra vrikshascha vriksha. By the plural word vriksha, trees, all trees such as banyan trees, fig trees, kapita trees, and mango trees are indicated. So this means that if we are using the plural form, then all different varieties are covered in that. Like if we are saying vrikshas, then all different types of vrikshas or different type of trees get covered. Those are indicated. Okay. Now 300. Yeah. Swati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Asmin vane vriksha falante aiche aya taiche saba atma rama krishne bhakti karaya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Atma Rama's words in the sentence, in this forest, many different trees bear fruit. All Atma Ramas render devotional service to Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So it says that when we're talking about a plural way, it covers the entire thing. Like for example, there are trees, many trees, and all of the trees are bearing fruit. Okay. So all Atma Ramas render devotional service to Lord Krishna. It is including all those different meanings. Padma Mataji, 301.
Hare Krishna. आत्मारामश्च समुच्चये कहिये च कारा मुनयश्च भक्तिकरे तेयि अर्थतारा. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After uttering the word Atma Rama 58 times and taking cha in a sense of aggregation, one may add the word Munaya. That will mean that great sages also render devotional service to Lord Krishna. In this way, there are 59 meanings. Thank you. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna Mataji. Pranam Mataji. So we had reached 58. Now, if we add the word Munaya, that will mean that great sages also render devotional service to Krishna. And so now we are getting 59 meanings. Okay. So we are reaching close to 61 now. Yeah. Sudha Mataji, 302.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
निर्ग्रन्था एव हया अपि निर्धारणे यही उना षष्टि प्रकार अर्थ करिनुन व्याख्याने. Translation by Divine Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Then taking the word nirgrantha and considering api in the sense of sustenance, I have tried to explain a 59 meaning of the verse. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So making that addition to the previous words, now we have 59 meanings of the verse. Okay. Yeah, let me just share this table at this point. This is another table where the verses that we are now reading are classified into three categories depending upon the different grammatical usages, and that is explained. Okay. So there are three types of Atmaramas that is explained here. Now 295 to 302 is what we read till now, right? Yeah. So here what we have to understand, see, there are a lot of technicalities. It is difficult for us to at least for me, difficult to go into each technicality and understand what is being explained there. And then similarly, till 312, we're going to read all these different technicalities. So this table is helping us understand what is it that we should remember. What is the takeaway for us? So When we are seeing verses 295 to 302, which is a section we just read, here cha used as samuchaye or aggregate, atma ramas cha munayascha. This is what we read, right? Now, what does this mean? So, Prabhu has explained that all these non-devotees and devotees, that means atma ramas cha, which we have read about 1 to 58 meanings, they are engaged in devotional service by the association of a pure devotee. Munayascha. Okay, so this is the meaning from 295 to 302. Okay, now let's move forward and read 303 onwards. Yeah, Padma Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Mataji. 303, right?
Yes, Mataji.
सर्वसमुच्चये आर एक अर्थहया आत्मा रामश्च मुनयश्च निर्ग्रन्थश्च भजया. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Taking all the words together, there is another meaning. Whether one is an Atmarama, a great sage, or Nirgrantha, everyone must engage in the service of the Lord. Purport also, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, please read.
Okay, Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The word Sarva Samudaya is significant here. It includes all classes of men, Atmaramas, Munis, and Nirgranthas. Everyone must engage in the service of the Lord. Taking the word api in the sense of ascertainment, there are altogether 60 different meanings. One more addition.
Thank you, Mataji. So, 303 to 306 we'll read, and again we'll see what Prabhu explains as the meaning. So, here it is mentioned that taking all the words together, there is another meaning. What is that other meaning? That a great sage or a nirgrantha, whether one is an Atmarama, a great sage, or a nirgrantha, everyone must engage in the service of the Lord. So, in this way, we get 60 different meanings. We got 59, and now this one more explanation. So, that takes us to 60 different meanings. Okay. 304. Krishnamurti Prabhu.
Pranam Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
अपि शब्द अवधारणे सेहचारी बारा चारी शब्द संगे ये वर करीबे उच्चारा. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. The word api is then used in the sense of ascertainment, and then the word eva can be uttered 4 times with 4 words. Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam Mataji.
Thank you. So here it is mentioned, api is then used in the sense of ascertainment, avadharane, in the matter of ascertaining. And eva can be uttered 4 times with 4 words. So this is all technical. Please don't worry. We'll understand this very soon. 305. Sudha Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी प्रणाम. पूर्वक्रमे एव भक्तिम् एव अहैतुकीम् एव कुर्वन्ति एव. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The words Urukrama, Bhakti, Ahaituki and Kurvanti are added to the word Eva again and again. Thus, another meaning is explained. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Another meaning, the 61st meaning will come by the words Urukrama, Bhakti, Ahetuki, and Kurvanti are added to the word Eva again and again. And in this way, we'll get another meaning. Okay, that is the 61st meaning. Okay, Swati Mataji, 306.
Hare Krishna Mataji. एयित कहिलुन श्लोके शास्ति संख्याया का अर्थ आर एक अर्थ सुना प्रमाणे समर्थ. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now I have given 60 different meanings of the words, and yet there is another meaning which is also very strongly evident. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So 60 is what was given till now. Now the Lord is going to give the 61st meaning. Okay. So let's understand what we have read from verses 303 to 306. In here, in this section, cha used as sarva samuchaye or taking all the words together. Sarva Samuchaye means taking all the words together. Now, what does this mean? This is how it becomes. Atma Ramascha Munayascha Nirgranthascha Bhajaya. Right? Whether one is an Atmarama, a great sage, or a Nirgrantha, everyone must engage in the service of the Lord. Okay, so this is the meaning that is coming out from verses 303 to 306. Earlier, we had read that all the categories, non devotees and devotees, they engage in devotional service. They do so by the association of a pure devotee. The next meaning is whether one is an Atmarama or a great sage or a Nirgrantha, everyone must engage in the service of the Lord. Okay. Now let's read 307 to 312. That will be the next explanation. Okay. Swati Mataji, want to read Mataji?
It's what it is. यही था सॉरी आत्मा शब्द का है क्षेत्रज्ञ जीव लक्षण ब्रह्मादि कीट पर्यंत कांड्रस शक्ति ते घनन translation by Srila Prabhupada. The word Atma also refers to the living entity who knows about his body. That is another symptom. From Lord Brahma down to the insignificant ant, everyone is counted as the marginal potency of the Lord. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Dandot.
Thank you, Mataji. So, whether it is Lord Brahma, who is the highest living entity, or an insignificant ant, everyone is actually an energy of Krishna, right? So, it's not that Brahmaji, because he has these different powers, he is someone separate. No, he is also an energy of Krishna, and so is an insignificant ant, because ant also has a soul. Okay. Now 308. Krishnamurti Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams Mataji.
Pranam.
विष्णु शक्ति परा प्रोक्ता क्षेत्रज्ञाय तथा परा अविद्या कर्म संजन्य तृतीया शक्ति ईशायते. Translation basic Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. The potency of the Lord Vishnu is summarized in three categories, namely the spiritual potency, the living entities and ignorance. The spiritual potency is full of knowledge. The living entities, although belonging to the spiritual potency, are subject to bewilderment. And the third energy, which is full of ignorance, is always visible in fruitive activities. Purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. This is a quotation from the Vishnu Purana. For an explanation, see Adi Lila 7.119. Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams.
Krishna, pranam. So there are three potencies of the Lord. Krishna's internal potency, that is the spiritual potency. Then the external potency, that is the material potency, and the marginal potency. Now the spiritual potency of Krishna, that is his internal energy, that is full of all knowledge. The material potency, that is the external energy, that is full of ignorance. That is what has covered us also, right? And then the marginal potency, that is all the jivas, all the living entities, right? That is what comes under the marginal potency, because we are on the margin. We are spiritual by nature, but we get covered by illusion, and that is why we are on the margin, and we are called the marginal energy of Krishna. Now let's read 309. Sudha Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी
Hare
प्रणाम.
Krishna. Pranam.
क्षेत्रज्ञ आत्म पुरुष प्रधानम प्रकृति स्त्रियाम. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The word Kshetrajna refers to the living entity, the enjoyer, the chief and material nature. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This is a quotation from the Swarga Visarga 7 of the Amara Kosha Dictionary. Thank you, Mataji.
Swarga Varga. So the Kshetrajna, this word comes in Bhagavad Gita also, right? Kshetrajna means one who knows the Kshetra or the field. Now, depending upon what the field is, the Kshetrajna can be the living entity, it could be the enjoyer, it could be the chief, it could be the material nature also. So, depending upon what the field is, the knower of the field can be different. Kshetrajna can be different. Yes. Padma Mataji. 310.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
भ्रमिते यदि साधु संग पाया सब त्याजी तबे तीनों कृष्णेरा भजया. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The living entities are wandering in different species of life on different planets. But if by chance they get the association of a pure devotee, sadhu, they give up all of the engagements and engage in the service of the Lord, of Lord Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Pranams.
Pranam Mataji. So in this verse, we are reading about glorification of devotional service, glorification of the devotees, just meeting a pure sadhu. Because there we are doing Brahman, right? Living entities are wandering, different species of life. We have so many desires, we have so many karma, depending upon what activities we have done, what desires we have done, all these permutations, combinations, then they give us another life. The living entity has passed through so many bodies because in every body we think, okay, maybe this will make me happy, maybe that will make me happy, and the whole life is spent in this trial, right? We keep trying this, that, give that, all this pursuit towards happiness that takes us through the entire life. And at the end of the life, we realize that we are still not happy. And so we have these unfulfilled desires in our heart. And that, along with our karma, again takes us to another body, another species, another planet, right? And this has been going on since time immemorial. We cannot really go and trace back since when we have been wandering like this. But this entire cycle can be stopped when one gets the association of a pure devotee, of a sadhu, right? That's when the living entity can give up all the other engagements and engage in the service of the Lord. And this is the way one can actually stop this entire roaming through different species, planets, different births. All this can only be stopped when we get the association of a pure devotee and start engaging in devotional service with sincerity. Okay, so that is how great and important is the association and the mercy of a sadhu. And speaking of a pure devotee, a sadhu, today is a very auspicious day. It's the Vyas Puja of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. I'm sure Maharaj needs no introduction. It is a very important day for all of us in ISKCON. Whether we are Maharaj's disciple or aspiring or not, Maharaj is very important because he was so dear to Srila Prabhupada. And you all know, I'm sure, what great services he has performed. And even now, in is superficially we say the health condition that Maharaj is in. This is all, he is transcendental to all these things. But still, in those conditions, also, what kind of services he's rendering, it is just, we have no words to express our gratitude to Maharaj, right? So today, let us, and it's also Ekadashi, so today, let us try to chant more for Maharaj's health and also pray to him that we can get, some little fragment of the love and sincerity that he has, the kind of sacrifices he has made are just, we cannot contain that in a few words. It's just remarkable, beyond remarkable even. So when we see such examples right in front of us, then we understand that these things that we are reading about in our scriptures, these are not imaginary things, right? If someone can do so much seva with such physical health conditions, then that means this is proof that devotional service takes one beyond the bodily level, right? Even when, externally one is in the body, Maharaj is totally transcendental, right? So let us try to chant more for his health and let us pray that we get some sincerity and love for Srila Prabhupada. So this verse is glorifying the association of a pure devotee of a sadhu. Okay, now
I
let's
pray
read
for him
through.
every day, Mataji. When I'm doing the Tulsi Aarti, I pray for his good health.
That's
So many.
wonderful, Mataji. Yeah, we should all do that. We are all greatly indebted to Maharaj.
Yeah. Yes, sure, Mataji. Yes, that's true.
Wonderful. That's wonderful, Mataji. Now, Shobha Mataji, you want to
Hare
read
Krishna,
311?
Pranam Mataji,
Hare Krishna.
Krishnadas
Pranam.
Kaviraj Gautam ki Jai. Sati artha kahilum sabha Krishnera bhajane, sei artha haya yeni sabha udaharane. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I have thus explained 60 different meanings, and all of them aim at the service of Lord Krishna. After giving so many examples, that is the only meaning. Report. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji, Pranam. So this verse is the Lord is saying that I have thus explained 60 different meanings, and all of them aim at the service of Lord Krishna. So all that we have understood, the culmination of all comes when we understand that the aim of everything and everyone, all we do is actually to get to the level of service of Krishna. And the Lord only says that after giving so many examples, that is the only meaning. So that is how great the service of Lord Krishna is. And here, Radhesham Prabhu gives the reference of Srimad Bhagavatam verse 431:12, where also the same meaning comes that the aim ultimately is to get to the service of Lord Krishna. And that is why the Lord is also saying, so much we have read, right? Technical meanings and coming up to 60 different meanings. But the only meaning finally that is coming is that our aim should be the service of Lord Krishna. Okay. Now let's read 312. Padma Mataji, you want to read?
Okay, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Ekasasti arte ebe spurila toma sange tomara bhakti vase ute artera tarange. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now, due to your association, another meaning has awakened. It is due to your devotional service that these waves of meanings are rising. Thank you, Mataji. Purport also?
Yes, Mataji, please read.
Yeah. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The word Atma refers to the living entity, from Lord Brahma down to an insignificant ant. Everyone is considered a living entity. Living entities are considered part of the Lord's marginal potency. All of them are Kshetra Jnana, knowers of the body. When they become Nirgrantha or free, saintly persons, they engage in Lord Krishna's service. That is the 61st meaning of the verse. Kshetra Jnana is Kshetra Jnana.
Kshetragnya.
Yeah, Kshetra Jnana. Okay.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. So, Lord Chaitanya is here glorifying Sanatan Goswami, and he's saying that now, due to your association, another meaning is awakened, and he's saying that it is due to your devotional service that these waves of meaning, waves keep coming, right? So, these waves of meaning are arising. The Lord is glorifying Sanatan Goswami. And the Lord, Prabhupada is explaining that from Brahma to insignificant and everyone is a living entity, everyone is part of the Lord's marginal potency. All of them are Kshetragnya because they are knowers of their body. Whichever body the soul is dwelling in, the soul knows about that body, and so they are called Kshetragnya. When they become Nirgrantha, that is free, saintly persons, then they engage in Lord Krishna's service. That is the 61st meaning of the verse. Now, here, let's go back to that table we were referring and understand that what verses 307 to 312 are talking about. 307 to 312 says that Atma is Kshetranya. That meaning we are trying to understand. Living entity who knows about his body. So Kshetra means the field of activity. So for the Atma, this body is the field of activity, and the Atma knows about this body, so the Atma is called Kshetragnya. Okay? And so from Lord Brahma down to the insignificant ant, everyone is an Atma and living, that means a living entity, and they know about their body, so they are called as Kshetragnya. So from 295 till 312, what we read is the different types of Atmaramas. And here it is mentioned earlier portion 295 to 302 that all these non-devotees and devotees, they engage in devotional service by the association of a pure devotee. Then, so till that point, we got 59 meanings. Then 60 meanings comes when the Lord explains that cha is used as sarva samuchaye or taking all the words together. Atma Ramascha Munayascha Nirgrantascha Bhajaya. Whether one is an Atma Rama, a great sage, or a Nirgrantha, everyone must engage in the service of the Lord. And finally, 61st meaning is talking about where the living entity is known as the Kshetrajna, Lord Brahma, till the insignificant ant. Everyone is an energy of Krishna. We come under the marginal potency of Krishna. Okay. So we'll stop here because a lot of different concepts came today. So let's not move forward. Let's try to understand what we have discussed till this point only. So today we discussed these 32 classifications of devotees, and through that we reached the 58 meanings and then 59, 60, and 61. So these different meanings of the Atmarama words were discussed today. Okay. Any questions?
Mataji, when you say this pure devotee, here they say sadhus. Only sadhus are considered pure devotees, and gurus. Guru sadhu is same, no?
Yeah, Mataji. Guru is a sadhu, na? Sadhu
Yeah.
becomes a
So
guru.
only those come in that category, not very high devotees.
Which
You know,
category,
can
Mataji? Which
now
category?
when they say pure devotee, pure
Mm-hmm.
devotee is normally guru sadhus, right?
First
Yes,
class
Mataji.
devotee, no Mataji.
Pure
Yeah,
devotee, yeah. Pure devotee is the, Uttam Adhikari. Those who
yeah.
have achieved love for Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Those are
So,
pure devotees.
yeah, so that category comes mostly in sadhu and gurus, no? Or any others also come category? Any high
Mataji,
preachers?
yeah, preachers, Mataji, in our society also, there may be, like, if we say guru or sadhu, we may get this image of a sannyasi, but not necessarily. One can be a grihastha and yet be a pure devotee. In Lord
Yeah.
Chaitanya's pastimes also, there were many grihasthas who were pure devotees. So basically, one who has attained love for Krishna, that devotee is a pure devotee.
Okay, okay. I just wanted it to a little explain.
One who
Just to
desires
make a little-
nothing else other than pleasure of Krishna. They
Okay.
are free from all selfish desires and they have pure love for Krishna. Those are pure devotees.
Yeah. Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Rajlakshmi Mataji.
Mataji, is there a way that we can get all the 61 meanings in a tabular format or something like that, Mataji?
I'll check, Mataji. I'll check. I'll look for that. Yeah, that will be very nice for all of us. I'll
Otherwise,
definitely check.
we will not even remember, Mataji. It
Remember.
becomes very
Yes,
difficult.
yes. That's true, Mataji. I'll look for it, Mataji.
Thank
And
you,
I'll share in
Mataji.
the group if I find it.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, as grihasthas, what are the devotional services that we can render to the Lord, Mataji?
Mataji, we can do everything, right? We can have a temple in our home. We can have, because we are grihasthas, we have different responsibilities also. First of all,
Yes.
we have to understand that those other responsibilities are also, we should do that as a service to Krishna because the Lord has given us this home, this family, this job. So that
Mhm.
again, we should render as a seva to Krishna. And if we are working, then we can donate part of our salary for Krishna consciousness. If we are working in the home, we should try to make the environment in the home very Krishna conscious, educate our children, help our family members remember Krishna. So, in this way, other activities also, everything that we are doing should be as a service to Krishna. First of all, we should not try to think that this is service, this is not service. Actually, everything can be done as service to Krishna and should be done as a service to Krishna. If we're talking about direct devotional service, then Mataji Prabhupada has given us a very simple and very understandable format where we have to chant at least 16 rounds, offer bhoga to our deities or, photos of the Lord that we have. We should all set up a temple in our home where we can do chanting, reading, offering of bhoga, uh, and offering arti, reading books, very important to read Srila Prabhupada's books. That's a very important seva. So in this way, Mataji, though our time is different as grihastas, we have to arrange our schedule in such a way that we do make time for chanting, reading, offering bhoga, and performing arti, and definitely have devotee association, going to temples, at least once a week. So all these things, Mataji, we can do as Grihasthas.
Bring others to Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Mataji, that is very important. Sorry, I missed that. Yes. As much as possible, we should try to introduce others to Krishna consciousness, help them chant, encourage them to chant. We can give them Prabhupada's books. If somebody is really not ready to listen, at least we can give them prasad.
Yeah.
These things we can do, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice to hear from you.
All
Thank you, Hare
glories to
Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada. Thank you all for joining. Panchakalpatrubhyascha kripa
Kripa
sindhubheva cha
Sindhu
patitanam
Patitanam
pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नाथकोटि वैष्णविन की
Koti
जय
Vaishnavindra ki
श्री
jai.
चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय श्रीला कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय
Goswami ki
श्रीला
jai.
प्रभुपाद की जय श्री गुरु महाराज की
जय
हरे कृष्णा
Thank
प्रणाम
thank you,
सारा
Mataji.
Hare